Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from springtime in Massachusetts with snow on the ground and 50-degree weather. I'm Jay-Z. Welcome to the Grand Central Sports Hub. Good evening, Diamond Dan, up the street and around the corner, 40 minutes away anyway. How's things up there?
Pretty warm. I got out and grilled today, so put
In
some
shorts and sandals?
No, just got some tuck away tips, the finest steak tips in New England on the grill this evening, and
Unbelievable.
washing it down with some Channel Marker beers. Once again from Beverly, Mass. Best in the biz.
Don't get too excited. Sunday, it's going to snow for the Super Bowl. Right in your backyard.
It always snows here for the Super Bowl. For some reason, even when it was 2 weeks before it is this year. So nothing new.
Mr. Soriano from the great state of Utah. What's going on over there?
Nothing great about it. It is bright and sunny, and will be, I think, 60 degrees for America's other Independence Day, Super Bowl Sunday.
60 degrees. I don't know what that even feels like.
We are the epicenter of global warming here in the Beehive State.
Goodness gracious.
I mean, you do live in Carbon County, right?
I think they call that Crackhead County.
Well, whatever.
What are you drinking tonight?
I am drinking from the distillers of Wild Turkey. I'm drinking Long Branch small batch Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey with it is refined through oak and Texas mesquite charcoal. So this was a Christmas gift last year. Just cracked this open tonight, and my first time drinking anything by Wild Turkey. I mean, I am thoroughly impressed on my second glass.
Well, sounds great.
Yeah.
I'm on a sour beer kick. I know you gentlemen don't partake. At the moment, I'm having something called Holy Donut, sour ale, lemon zest, donuts, and lemon puree, vanilla extract, and lactose. It's pretty good. A little one note with the lemon. However, I will tell you earlier today, this is something. This is outrageous. The lady at the liquor store, she's like, "You like sours? Go buy this. It is by Southern Grist. It's in Nashville. Remember, Dan, all the great Nashville breweries? We didn't go to this one. It's a sour marshmallow peanut butter blueberry jelly sour. Unfucking real. Knock your socks off. Out of control. I have to go buy more tomorrow. Absolutely outrageous flavors in this. Everything there is there.
If the three of us were sitting on the political spectrum of beer drinkers, I think Dan would be Barry Goldwater. I would be George H.W. Bush, and you would probably be left of Hubert Humphrey.
Michelle Obama.
Michelle, yeah.
I am just like
you would be the AOC of the group.
Some of these sours are outrageous. This is getting better. The Holy Donut.
It has lactose in it.
It does the whole thing. It does the whole thing. The mouthfeel. It adds the whole thing. The marshmallow, though. Let me tell you, anything with marshmallow
is the mouthfeel from the beer or from other things in your mouth.
And I had
not marshmallow, Jason.
Another sour earlier. Motherfuckers! I just walk right into it. Just walk right into it. Well, we're back to our Thursday tradition. 8 p.m., little show, little action going on. It's a big week. And I sat here today. I was like, let's just fucking have a show because we have the Super Bowl Sunday. And there's some other stuff going on as well. But more importantly, we have the Super Bowl Sunday. I have two fresh teams. And I think I'm excited for it. I don't know how a lot of the country feels because I get it. It's like Cincinnati is not exactly a draw, but this Bengal team, how could you not be drawn to them as a football fan, right? And it's Los Angeles. The game's in Los Angeles and the LA team. So the NFL at least has that media market, right?
Oh, so, I mean, this is an absolute dream for the NFL. Are you kidding me? They've been driving the LA market for years, and it took a monstrous stadium, and now they lucked out with Kyle Shanahan and Jimmy Garoppolo not standing in the way of Matt Stafford. But this is what they want, right? But there's a dichotomy here, right? It's like when the Yankees and the Red Sox play, or the Mets and the Phillies play, they sell the stadium out. LA had to stop. They had to geofence their tickets to the NFC Championship game, so they didn't sell them directly to San Francisco fans. Right? I mean, LA is not a sports town, and you could debate the merits of the Lakers all you want, but otherwise this and the Dodgers, of course, but a lot of that is rooted in history of both of those teams. But I mean, the last time the Rams went to the Super Bowl in that snoozer against the Patriots a couple of years ago, but prior to that, they were in St. Louis.
What else do you have in Cincinnati if you're not like, what is Cincinnati? This is a great question from Aaron. What is it?
Well,
I mean, I don't know. Like, is it a sports town?
The oldest baseball franchise is the Cincinnati Reds.
I guess it has to be a sports town, but they have nothing to root for in like the last 40 years. Like, yeah. So I have one of
I have Skyline chili in the fridge.
My cousin Betsy's from Cincinnati, and we should have her on for like a Skyline preview or something to tell us what it's going to be like.
You gotta catch it up with once you wash it down with a beer from a regular place in America. You can finish it off with some Grater's ice cream, which is not the worst thing in the world. But I think Ohio. The story here is that if you're talking about the Midwest in general, which I associate Ohio with, it's something that the coasts are not really familiar with at all, right? Flyover country kind of thing. And now you've got Joey Burrow, who grew up in Ohio. Actually, didn't he first go to Ohio State, then transfer to LSU?
Yeah.
Which was a great giant fuck you to Urban Meyer, but or whoever was coaching the team at the time, but. He said today that he wouldn't be who he was without, Ed Orgeron. But I'm sure that's partially true, but also Justin Jefferson. But I would say that, this is like the heartland against Los Angeles. It's like David and Goliath and Sodomites against the Israelis, or the Hebrews. It's
don't bring us into it. Why you got to drag us into this?
It's the glitz and the glam against regular old mom and pops, right? So. I think the nation has seen what Joe Burrow did with this team over the course of the playoffs. They probably weren't paying attention for most of the season. And for all intents and purposes, it's a great start. I mean, he's played in the league for practically really a year and a quarter, right?
Yeah, it's his first full season because he had the injury and then the late start to last year with him coming back. And it's been phenomenal. So, we talked to Chili, just on my mind, Josh Cox here, he's trying to theme his Super Bowl party also. And I'm just curious, Josh, let us know if you found anywhere with Cincinnati beer or what Cincinnati beer is, or if there's a brand we should look for in the store. Because I'm sure we could get like California IPAs or whatever, plenty of stuff for LA, like El Segundo Brewery, other stuff. But what can you get
with the exception of as an East Coaster myself and yourselves, with the exception of very few breweries in California, West Coast beer is gross.
I don't like West Coast IPAs.
So fuck off
I'm
with
not
that.
A fan.
It always, the kid from the fucking desert has to bring up the boat photo, which maybe is a seminal moment. But to your point about OBJ winning a Super Bowl,
I don't care.
I was listening along. This is like the Rams this year are the equivalent of the Yankees in 2009, the Mets a couple of years ago, even though they lost to the Royals. They're a team of rentals, right? They're $8 million over the salary cap going into next year, and you've got bad contracts on defense. But again, if they win a Super Bowl, ain't no one going to talk about that shit.
No, this is their Hail Mary attempt. They felt on their cusp that made the moves to try to put himself over, which you have to applaud. And if it works out, if it doesn't work out, how could you hate? You tried. You've smelt it. You tried. I mean, what are you going to do? And if it doesn't work out, though, they might hurt for a while.
Everybody wants to talk about Matt Stafford, which is, as we should. I mean, he didn't have a single playoff win in 12 years. in Detroit, and now he's won 3 playoff games and is playing for a Super Bowl in his own stadium. But think about they brought in Aaron Donald and who's the quarterback who's on Jamar tomorrow is Jalen Ramsey. Right. And then, they picked up Von Miller, in the middle of the season. They're going in. So I think you have that story along with the team that is going through a natural rebuild with Cincinnati. So
Cincinnati's
President Taft also established the University Club in Washington, D.C. So we've got that going for us.
Now, that's actually an urban legend about Taft getting his ass stuck in the tub, by the way.
Well, I'll tell you a real story.
You were there? Or?
No, I just read it, that it's an urban legend. He was the only president to sit on the Supreme Court, though.
Andrew, what's up, buddy?
No, he can't hear you.
Oh.
Here, you want to put that in your ear?
Good night, Dad.
Oh, good night, buddy. You want to put that in your ear? Who's going to win the Super Bowl, Andrew?
Hey, Andrew, who's going to win?
Go Bagels!
All right, good boy. We'll see you Sunday, Andrew. See you Sunday.
See you Sunday.
All right, give me my earpiece back. Hey, I need that back.
Well, he'll be joining the show from the bedroom in a minute.
Yeah, well, he'll be outside. He'll be outside watching the Super Bowl on Sunday in the snow while we're inside drinking beers.
Wait, there's what is this? What's Mad Tree? Is that a Cincinnati? Aaron knows. Aaron just lifting off all these different places.
Aaron clearly knows how to do a Google search.
I mean, I was Googling having a hard time, but Aaron's all over it. So this was for the Olympic part of that. Aaron and I are going curling Saturday.
Okay.
Does
the place you're going have a locker you can keep your purse in while you're curling?
It has a full bar. So after I drink, I fall on my face on the ice.
So there's 2 of you. One of you's got to push the ball while the other one does the rickety thing, right?
The rickety thing. I've been wanting to do curling for 12 years. Every 4 years, I'm gonna go, and then I never
the first thing you ever swept in your life.
He's got the motion down.
Yeah.
Thank you. Ball. It's not a ball.
It's whatever the fuck it is. It's it's a fucking rock.
Whatever. Let's not talk about the time we went skiing together. Shall I bring that up?
I have no problem talking about skiing. I didn't want to go. I don't like the cold.
Yeah, I don't recall that you didn't want to go.
Listen, my ideal, and Tom and Dan can back me up on this and whether or not he thinks it's a good idea. The ideal ski trip for me is sitting in a lodge watching assholes like the Kennedys ski into trees while I have one of these in my hand and a cigar in the other. I have no desire to fall into the cold.
No, I have no balance as it is. I don't need to go skiing.
Right.
And I don't here. It's we've had a short season, from what I understand, and it's not my thing. I don't want to go up with a bunch of other Trevors and stand in line to go up the mountain and slide down and potentially hurt myself.
Sonny Bono also did it, so you got one death from each political
party. Right back.
Also, I would go snowmobiling.
Oh, Jesus.
I can smoke and do that at the same time.
Yeah, that's also dangerous if you're.
And I didn't see any St. Bernard with a thing of whiskey out there, not once.
St. Bernard whiskey?
Yeah. You Google St. Bernards and whiskey on the ski slopes. Every movie you see, every cartoon. The dog's
supposed to come out and bring whiskey?
They carry a barrel of whiskey. I'm sure Josh and fucking Glazer will back me up on this one. St. Bernards carry a barrel of whiskey around their neck for when you're friggin' on the ski slopes.
Get some whiskey. I know you're not a St. Bernard.
He ain't a St. Bernard.
He's sitting there, his lazy ass, sitting there staring at me like, you motherfucker, you think I'm going to bring you alcohol?
St. Bernards are ski dogs.
Oh, my God. Wow, we got sidetracked there. So much for the...
But yeah, skiing. Most winter sports are fucking stupid.
I want to go bobsled.
You could do that here.
They have the track, right? Still?
Yeah.
What do? They do like you could just go and like
You can sit on the goddamn. You could do the skeleton here.
Oh,
Forget the sled. You could just
put
go
me in the sled. I don't
basically
need to go.
just cut
careening
right to the
down
brain
slide.
injury.
Yeah.
Careening down the icy slide.
Put me in the bobsled.
Let's just measure this. You won't go down a water slide into a pool of
It's
water.
frozen. Have you not
That's-
met? I learned how
No.
to skate at like 6 years old and played
Right.
hockey. That's different than swimming.
Frozen, rock hard.
I'm good with that. I can't drown.
Where there's other adults that will pick you up. You won't go near it.
I would rather crash into a frozen side of a bobsled track than drown.
No, it's over here.
Because I think Dan is trying to subtly tell you his allegiance for Sunday.
Yeah, I'm all about Hollywood Joe. So
I'm with you.
we'll get to that once you guys are done talking about whatever it is.
The merits of frozen sports as to swimming, which are completely different.
Give me.
I mean, hopefully, wherever you do curling, it's not near a nuclear power plant.
So that was my little Olympics thing. What the fuck is going on?
I'm not watching it.
ski
Is that why
jumping?
the Chinese?
There's like a cooling tower with the Olympic logo. They put the Olympic logo on it, which is fucking hilarious.
That's
and
the best
ski
part.
Jumping. They're ski jumping in front of
Like the
it.
freestyle ski jump thing is next to a cooling tower.
3 of them.
In some city in China that looks like it was in the
It's a Simpsons.
it was
It
used
looks
in the
like it's the
production
Simpsons.
of Mad Max.
Chernobyl. Hey,
Well-
why rebuild from the ground up when you've got a perfectly good, a fucking nuclear waste facility right
Now,
there?
supposedly they say it's inactive, but I don't trust the fucking word they say. Like, does anyone trust anything they say over there anymore?
Who's they?
NBC does. They did an absolutely terrible
Yeah,
job on
that's why-
Friday.
That's why they're doing their production from the cozy confines of Stamford, Connecticut.
Oh well,
Okay,
don't
fucking
worry.
nuclear.
You can still parrot Chinese propaganda from Connecticut. Believe me, I'm sure they're not the only ones that do it. Yale University. But anyway, the fact that let's talk about that for a minute. And I don't want to go too far off on a tangent. But NBC had 2 people on, one of which was a Yale University professor, and some other guy who legitimately, I wish we had the clip. He said that China was a champion of the underdeveloped world.
The comments are what makes the show. The comments are always what makes the show. Sorry.
So I don't know. Yeah, and then I like my one concern or my one real bone of contention was, at the end, NBC made a very big case for Xi Jinping for using a Uyghur, a person with Uyghur descent, in the lighting of the torch, right? And the Uyghurs have been ethnically cleansed for years by the Chinese.
Yeah.
And they were all weak in the knee, like Chris Matthews, with his shiver in his leg about what a statement it was from President Xi, and it was so disgusting. I couldn't even believe it was on television. This is an opinion, of course, commentary. But for someone to even say that in the course of an event that NBC has spent billions of dollars for and negotiated a Super Bowl over with CBS to switch years, just seemed extremely irresponsible. And again, I will withhold the rest of my comments, but because this thing lives on the internet. But let's just say that this American was very disappointed.
Is that how you pronounce that word? I always thought it was Huga.
It's Uyghur.
Uyghur. Yeah.
They are an ethnic minority in that particular area of China. And
They're Chinese Muslims, right?
they are Muslims. So again, if you had told the people at NBC, maybe they wouldn't think it was such a good idea that President Xi was taking advantage of them.
Yeah.
And China's actually set up in what's called an exclusion zone around where these people live. So
They're excluded already.
they can work their way around human rights. So never forget that the Chinese government is actively involved in genocide. So
Yeah.
There you go. Too bad
That's
NBC
my statement for the day.
NBC can't tell us that.
And I mean, all they care about is broadcasting a washed-up snowboarder in the middle of prime time. And then, the one thing that people probably actually want to watch, they choose to do live with women's hockey right now. And the games start at 11:30 Eastern.
Right.
So
that's we're 13 hours off.
Obviously, the IOC doesn't give a flying fuck about NBC, but if they did, these games would not be in China again.
Right. They will be. They will be. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
Well, I also appreciate, what was it? Somebody was, who was it? Said, it was like, it was some members of Congress or governors or something like that were like, hey, FIFA, be sure not to, follow the same, record of human rights injustices when you bring the World Cup to the United States in 2026. I was like, do you think FIFA, like, if you know anything about what just happened in Qatar? I was like, human rights, FIFA, what? Anyway,
they couldn't give a shit.
I don't want to, I don't want to get too political. Of course, this is a sports show, even though Jason would like to turn it into a review of bad beer.
I don't consider the Olympics to be that big of a sporting event. I don't know. Maybe I'm prejudiced against it. I just can't. I know Jason gets into it every 2 years.
Daddy.
I can't do it.
Oh, hey, buddy. No, Connor's here now.
What's going on, buddy?
Can you say hi to Mr. Soriano?
Hi.
Hey, who's going to win the Super Bowl?
The Bengals.
There we go.
I've taken both of my kids are now brainwashed, aren't you? All right, buddy.
Good night.
Good night, buddy. You going to bed?
No, not out.
You got to get your rest so you can stay up late on Sunday.
Yeah.
All right, stop. Wow. It's like,
Why was he upset with Jason the other day?
I don't know. Who needs a reason?
Damn, this shit goes down smooth.
Perpetually late. Disappears from the broadcast that he wants to do so he can host it. I mean, I could be watching bobsled right now. Oh, and that's the other thing, right? So Lindsay Jacobellis, right, who was I think she fell down when she was hot dogging. What was it, back in 2000? I don't know, whatever it was. It was a while ago. Now she gets her chance at redemption like 15 years later. Do you think anyone gives a fuck except for Lindsay Jacobellis? No.
I mean, the only thing I could potentially get into in this whole fucking thing is maybe women's hockey. And like you said, it's the only thing that they're not showing in either prime time or replaying during a regular period of time. Right. I'm waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning Mountain Time and finding updates from the night before, and it's like, what's that friggin' skiing where you fire off a gun and you do skeet shooting?
Biathlon.
What the who the fuck came up with that?
The Norwegians, actually.
Yeah. Wow. But it's like, I could give a shit, but Bleacher Report thinks for some reason,
right,
I give a crap.
Well, here's the other thing is that, the Olympics are a 2-week event, right? Mm-hmm. So like all of these events are front loaded at the beginning that, they roll out in shifts, if you will, right?
Yeah.
So the first 3 days are all, biathlon, cross country skiing. It's like, people do have Olympic fatigue too. Like there was a Summer Olympics last year, and now we're into this because of the coronavirus and the cancellation. So when you're talking about like, oh, let's watch more Olympics, you're like, this isn't even like, these aren't the sports we're even good at. And like they lead it off with fucking cross country skiing. So like I got a text from somebody who was like, hey, are you like, you guys are not into the Olympics? Because we're not into the Olympics. I was like, let me tell you something. Watching a guy cross country ski for half an hour is not the same as watching Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen shoot it out in an AFC championship or whatever, in a
Not even
playoff.
close. Yeah.
Right. So you're not going to tap into the American attention span with fucking cross-country skiing right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Although I gotta say, those guys' legs must be jello after that. What the fuck?
They're athletes, Jason. They're athletes.
Hey, did you have to plunge?
Yeah. Listen. Maybe later. Oof.
All right. What are we good now? We vamped enough about the fucking Olympics. What's next?
Fuck the Olympics.
So the the minor league franchise known as the Arizona Coyotes were actually approved and apparently reached an agreement to play at ASU's 5,000-seat arena for the next 3 years before a new arena is built in Tempe for them, which they haven't even agreed to or approved yet. Is Gary Bettman and the NHL that big of a fucking clown show to allow this to happen? What the fuck is the Mickey Mouse shit?
I love it, and I'll tell you why.
You like this?
I'll tell you why. First of all, very convenient to Sky Harbor. For those of you other than Joshua Cox and Mrs. Cox that don't know the Phoenix area, Sky Harbor is the airport there. Now, Tempe, just outside the university there are a number of hotels. The name of the road escapes me, but there's a number of hotels right along ASU's campus by where the arena and the football stadium are that would be walking distance to a game. It is absurd how cheap Coyotes tickets are to begin with. So, yeah, you can take a cheap Uber or get a car, go to like the Moxie.
This is a professional hockey franchise.
I'm selfish fuck.
They're going to play in a college for 3 years.
Mill Avenue is one, but I'm talking about, Josh, I don't know if you know where the Moxie is. It's right next to, there's a Dutch Brothers and a drive-through liquor store on the corner. Shout out to anybody who loves Dutch Bros. So Tempe, you can walk right to campus through basically what's basically Ho Boulevard. And
is that why Rob Gronkowski went to ASU?
It is. I can almost guarantee.
Or he went to Arizona,
exactly.
Right? Did he go to Arizona?
They're both stripper schools. they both are. So yeah, I mean, it's great. The last time I went to a Coyotes game, you're driving basically, into Guadalajara to go to a fucking game.
But they don't have an agreement or approval of an arena in Tempe is ever going to actually happen.
No, but we're going to play there for 3 years till they move to Houston. This
is the NH fucking L here. What is Gary? What are we doing? It's a failure. It didn't work. Move them to Houston or whatever the fuck.
Move them back to Quebec.
Stop. Well, the Canadian dollar is like worth fucking toilet paper right now, so that ain't happening. What are we doing?
What does that have to do with anything?
Because the NHL can't make money on it if the Canadian dollar is useless.
Well, they also allow
Canadian dollars
up there not to put fans in the seats.
Bad.
I've been laundering money for Mr. Soriano Sr. for a long time.
You can't have a professional hockey team, any sport playing in that venue for multiple years. That is outrageous. It's outrageous. Like really ridiculous. I don't understand.
No one gives.
I saw it. I was like, it's happening. I was like, it's actually happening. Well, it does work in one of the other towns.
Yeah, but
Vegas is freaking. But it's Vegas. It's not. It's not.
Come on.
It's entirely different. It's entirely
Vegas
different.
Is a worldwide destination,
right? And but it's working locally. Like they came out of the box strong. They freaking had a contender. They still have a contender.
But even if they didn't,
good.
Even if they didn't, you have people from all over the country living there. It's
a destination for away fans.
Yeah. I mean,
when we're planning our away trips, right?
We're always talking about Vegas.
Really register on the fucking thing.
We talk about Nashville. We talk about Vegas.
But I mean, to Tom Vaslaki's point, the Giants when they won this Super Bowl. That was in Glendale, right? That was at University of Phoenix, whatever State Farm Arena, whatever it's Fake Stadium, and you have the Waste Management Open at the Chiefs of Scottsdale.
That'll be fun. That'd be fun.
I mean, it's like the kickoff to, okay, the shitty winter's almost over.
Mhm.
Look at all these frat boys having fun out on the 16th, which has gone a little too far in my opinion. I mean,
Yeah.
I obviously love golf and
It's rowdy golf. I mean, it's really rowdy golf.
It's sort of silly with the beer cans and all that, and it's like, you know, it's fun. I get it. I'm not trying to be a fucking, you know, wet blanket, but you know, enough's enough. Right, you get 2 million people out there, and you know, I've played that course. I must be fun. But then imagine like going to the Super Bowl. Like that's the only, or after that, let's say you go to the golf, and then you go to a hockey game. Like, why not put a fucking arena in Scottsdale?
Listen, I just having to do this in the college thing. I don't know. It's bizarre. It really is.
I mean, Scottsdale. You know, maybe the problem is well. I mean, right now, all the people that are in Scottsdale are there until right. They're there until what, like May, right?
Yeah.
So that's the end of hockey season. They show up like before Thanksgiving, the snowbirds, and then they go home, right? And they don't have baseball this year. Even though Commissioner Manfred came out and said that spring training is on, it's not on. It's not going to happen. So the fucking Cactus League teams aren't going to be out there. Like if you built an arena in Scottsdale, I mean, it's not Vegas, but it's pretty fucking close.
Yeah, no, Scottsdale. I would love to go out there and do a trip.
One casino, and they charge for booze, the motherfuckers.
What?
But you could make. Why is that? Like you could. If you have a savvy enough like sports management group or whatever that's going to put an arena there, you could work your way around that. I've watched Ozark. I know how it works.
Christ. So we'll see what happens in Arizona.
See,
I don't know.
Everyone loves the fucking balloons. What a talking point.
I don't know if it's actually going to happen. I'm curious, but we'll see. Along the other sports news, finally, there has been an agreement in baseball, but it's not the agreement we've all been hoping. Not the agreement that leads to playing baseball. But if there's a season, there will finally be a universal DH for the first time in baseball history. From now,
second time
ongoing. Well, that COVID season doesn't count.
Sure it does.
It's permanent now, and universal DH was agreed upon apparently before anything else. So I think for me, and even Diamond Dan, the answer is pretty straightforward. But for Mr. Soriano, I'd like to hear from you as a National League Baseball fan, your take on the matter.
I mean, it's a slam dunk for the Metropolitans. I mean,
Robbie Cano has a place to play now.
No, Robbie Cano should not have a place to play.
Well,
but
he's making $30 million a year.
So listen, not all of us count every shekel that comes in and out of our pockets. Uncle Steve will gladly pay Robbie to continue in the DR where he's hitting a robust 178. I think you either move somebody into the DH role and sign another first baseman.
I like Aaron's idea.
Get the fuck out of here, David.
I think
Wright's close to 40 years old.
DH. If he hits over, like if he gets on base half the time, he gets to go to Old Timers Day.
The Mets are ripped off the Yankees, and they're gonna have an Old Timers Day.
The Mets used to have an Old Timers
Day.
The
Yankees are the only team left with an Old Timers Day, and they're all dead.
Well, that's the problem. Is the Mets are going to bring back players who won titles in other cities.
Darryl Strawberry.
The Mets are bringing back somebody from the 1962.
How does this happen? They're going to have Darryl Strawberry and Lenny Dykstra, both of who won't even know where they are when they get there.
Darryl Strawberry apparently has found Jesus.
Wait, is it Doc? Who is struggling?
No, that's Amari Stoudemire, dude.
Doc and Darryl are never got their shit together at the same time.
Doc is perpetually on coke, and Darryl apparently is married to a woman minister.
Oh boy.
Now, the Mets have their ace was a shortstop. The guy can blow the fucking cover off the ball.
So here's my question: where does DeGrom get his run support now that he's not hitting? Or let me give you an over/under. How many starts before DeGrom is the DH on the pitching and hitting pitcher in his starts?
Aaron's got a point. I mean, they're already paying Bobby Bonilla, so they might as well put him to use.
You guys took a lot of shit for a team that's probably not going to finish above third this year.
I put baseball in the back of my mind. The fucking Super Bowl is 3 days away.
Now,
right?
I do think the Mets.
The Masters start in 55 days.
The Mets are in a good position to go out and get a Chris Bryant or somebody else to play first.
They're not done. They're not done.
Anthony Rizzo, you could have him.
Move Alonso to DH or make a platoon. But I think if I was a pitcher, if I got to give up hitting, make the fucking Benihana Hibachi show out in fucking California stop playing the fucking outfield for 4 days a week. The one that you're always fucking kvetching over, Mush.
Not me.
Think that's no, not you. But Jason thinks that he over fucking Holani or whatever the fuck his name.
Oh, I love Otani. It's fucking awesome.
Fuck him. He could take his fucking shrimp dancing show somewhere else.
You're crazy. You're crazy. This guy is. Phenomenal.
If you're a fucking pitcher, you play every 5 days.
He should be. If they want to hit him,
pitchers aren't allowed to hit. If he's not allowed to hit,
you should be hitting. You're just mad you don't have a player like that. I'm frustrated. I don't have a player like that. The Yankees should have fucking. He didn't want to play in New York, but what are you gonna do?
He didn't want to play for the Yankees.
Oh, I'm taking the under on that, Josh. They're actually meeting Saturday.
Whoa! You're taking the under on baseball starting in 120 days?
Yeah, for sure.
What is 120 days from today?
For sure.
Is that like June 1st?
They're not going to miss a revenue game.
Hold on.
My eyes aren't good.
Hold on.
Can you just read it like a normal person?
There will be no baseball this year. You can book it. That was
like 2 days ago.
Fucking 2 days ago. And you just said again, book it. You know what?
All right, so
your book is written in fucking hieroglyphics.
June 10th is
they're not missing a revenue game. It's not happening.
But it's not about that because you got to remember the owners are locking out the players. Okay, the owners
they don't want it. They do. They're 2 years in a row where they haven't had full
disagree
revenue.
Entirely.
It'll be the third year in a row. No,
there will be no baseball this year, which I agree with you from 3 days ago. Because what are you going to do? Like
I'm flip flopping around more than freaking
John Kerry. So you're gonna what are you gonna do? You're gonna start a season on July 4th again? They had to pull the trigger on that for a fucking pandemic.
They'll be starting.
Now they're gonna do it because of a self-inflicted wound.
They'll be starting in April.
Out of here.
Who's Madison Cock?
I don't know, but I'm kind of into it.
That's Madison Cock.
Ooh.
Sister 19. That's bizarre.
Do I need to put that? What is that?
I don't know.
Are we being hacked?
We got a whole lot of cocks on this show. Anyway,
are we Zoom bombed by?
I didn't put it on the screen, so everyone's probably like, "What are you looking at?"
So, in any event, you think it's
Otani should be
Glasser?
Otani should be hitting.
You fucking you jumped on my shit, and now you're fucking jumping on my shit again. They can do an abbreviated spring training and then just push the season out a little bit further into November, like
they did the 9/11
year.
This weekend, they're meeting Saturday. This weekend, they're gonna be close.
Manfred can't work on Saturday.
No matter right, but no matter you can't handle money. I can't fucking roll. But I mean, either way, no matter what comes out of that meeting on Saturday, no one is going to give a flying fuck because the Super Bowl is the next day.
Right,
and
that's why they have to do it. That's why they have to. That's why they have to have an agreement.
It's fucking nonsense.
There's a lot of players. There's a lot of contracts still to be signed too.
Oh yeah, you got a whole fucking off season to go still. Are you kidding?
The Yankees only have like half a team.
Again, this goes back to the original point that the owners are locking out the players. All right, this isn't because of it's because the players' union isn't meeting them at a certain point, right? And the owners don't care. They will shut this down for as long as it takes.
But is the union really being unreasonable?
No, they're not. They're not being unreasonable. The owners are being unreasonable.
Says you.
No, it's absolutely right. I mean, the shit and over the last few years, over the last 5-10 years, if you look at like percentage of salaries and how much of revenue and stuff, it's gone down and down and down. So they've given the players nothing, literally nothing. And the billionaire owners, I hate to take a side in this, but the billionaire owners are not one to side with.
All right, Bernie, settle down.
Not at all.
I think there's only one owner who's really a billionaire.
They're all fucking billionaires. The fucking Indians owners, the richest of them all. I'm sorry.
No,
Steve
Guardians.
Second,
Steve
Cohen. Second richest.
The Pirates
Drayton-
are up there in the
is-
top
does
5.
Drayton
I mean, it's
McGlade still
ridiculous.
own the Astros?
It's a whole nother point. No, it's the Crane guy.
Oh, that's a Crane.
It's a whole other point of why these guys can't or refuse to spend money on their teams. I was talking to Josh Cox about it earlier, and they're like, the only way the Pirates owner's ever going to spend money is if you do a floor, but then you have to do a cap, and then neither one is ever going to happen. So the Pirates are never going to be out of last place because this is a greedy motherfucker. It's a shame. It's a shame.
Is it
It
the
really
same
is a
reason the
shame.
Orioles are
That's
never
right.
going to get out of last place?
No, they're never going to.
Nah, that's not true.
Never, especially in that division. You got to spend fucking money, and they refuse.
No, I want to go to the Army-Navy basketball game.
Oh,
That sounds like fun.
there you
Go
go.
Navy.
Oof.
I still think. Wait, hold on.
Anchors away.
I still think that could be that still is a Yankees thing. Correa.
Wouldn't it be some shit if Correa didn't sign with the Yankees?
I think
Why
some
would
shit if
he?
he does sound with the Yankees.
You
That'd
think
be some
everybody's going to the
shit.
Yankees?
I don't think they are. I'm saying that wouldn't that be some shit?
Well, it's a moot point anyway because there's never, we're going to be talking about this next year.
I feel like this show with the same shows during COVID with the season, like, or is there going to be baseball? And then last year, when's the season going to start? And here we are this
But
year.
this
When's
isn't
gonna be baseball?
because-
It's fucking comical at this point.
This
What the
isn't because
fuck?
of an outside,
No, but either way,
an
influence.
act of China. This
either-
is a self-owned. By
Either
the
way,
owners.
but Dan, either way, baseball's incompetent. Whether it's China's fault
I
or
agree.
not,
They don't care.
they're
Are
the
there any
ones who can't
Chinese
figure it out.
owners?
No,
Hmm.
but once the Mariners used to be owned by Nintendo,
Right.
That's
They're
the
from
wrong- that's the
Japan.
wrong-
Jesus Christ.
I know.
Oh, I'm not even going to go there. Can we talk about something else? When does hockey come back?
Not
Hockey's
True or
on.
false, Mr.
No, hockey's on. It's just the Rangers have the 2 weeks off because they didn't get postponed because they didn't have
True or
the
false,
COVID.
Mr. Soriano? Right now, without a move, the Rangers are legitimate Stanley Cup contenders.
True.
Without a
With
move?
an asterisk. True with an asterisk. They would be better off if they moved, I believe, two pieces.
I'm not. They have to make at least 2 moves in acquisitions. I don't
Yeah.
so much
Who
worry
are the
about
two
who
pieces
they're
you move?
taking out.
Hedel and who?
Well, Hedel and Georgiev at least. I would probably get rid of. His name escapes me. He's a defenseman. He sucks. Heidelman.
Oh,
They
Yeah,
need
all right.
they need a top 6 winger and maybe a bottom 6 center. And
Do
I'd be
you,
happy with that group. I would
do you
want
believe that the Lafreniere trade rumors are true?
no.
I do not. But I would not be upset if they traded him.
I would. They're not trading.
Now, I would say that either him or Thick Kako is a possibility to go. I think
I
you
disagree.
have a glut. I think especially like when you have a guy like Braden Snyder, you have a lot of young defensemen. You have another glut there. So
You have the glut in defense. You do have many defensemen lined up
Yes.
for no spots.
And Hedel and Georgiev are both useless, so they both need to go as well.
Schneider's probably the defense. Schneider's the one who stays. Kravtsov's probably fucking Lundqvist is probably the defenseman that gets traded.
No, who's the one that starts with an H? He's useless. We got him in the trade for McDonough.
I have no idea what you're talking
Jesus Christ, there's no fucking Ranger fans on the show.
about. No, thank you on Evander Kane. Don't need that.
I would
Rangers
take-
locker room. The thing with the Rangers locker room is it is a
I would
very
take Evander Kane.
close-knit group, so we don't need to be doing that. All right, so
Are you talking
let's-
about Brandon Halverson?
No, what the hell is that?
Glenn Hanlon.
Glenn
Glenn
Hadley.
Healy.
Good shot. Stop. All right, let's circle the wagons back. Let's go to some football picks.
Hayek.
Oh, Hayek is
there you go.
doesn't even play or shouldn't be playing. He plays
Right,
more than he
but-
should.
Fucking get rid of him.
It doesn't matter. He's not important either way. What are you talking?
Neither is
all right.
Hito and
Let's circle it back to the most important event here. We got props to talk about with the game. We got the line. We got the over under. We got a lot of shit going on. So let's hit some props. Who has props? What are we doing?
I got props.
You got props? What
We're obviously, for our informed viewers at home, we're talking about the Super Bowl. Who is the one player on the entire field, who is the key to this entire game?
One
Anybody?
guy on the field.
The answer
One
is
guy.
Joe Mixon.
You think I was gonna go with Chase.
Well, there's
maybe that's a given.
Jalen
So maybe
Ramsey,
that's a given, right? Like
Jalen Ramsey is covering Jamar Chase in this game. Obviously, we all know it. It's happening. Whatever. If Joe Mixon can get going and goes, what's the over under on underdogs, Jason? What's the over under on Mixon?
for
It's
Mixon?
really high. It's like 96 yards. If Mixon goes over 96 yards,
So rush. So couple things. You got Mixon just on rush yards is 63 and a half. And then they have Mixon on rush receiving 92 and a half.
yeah, if that happens, the Cincinnati wins this game by 2 touchdowns, and it's not even a game. But what was Cincinnati got? Burrow got sacked 9 times by the fucking Titans defense, and they still won the game. Granted, the Titans. This is Ryan Tannehill over there, not fucking Matthew Stafford with a new. Enlarged wiener now that he's in Los Angeles, world capital of plastic surgery. If Cincinnati can get a semblance of a running game where Mixon can get over 60 yards, then you're talking a whole new ball game, right? And I mean, I had to remind myself that Cam Akers wasn't a kicker, right? We know that LA is going to go all in on the passing game. That's who they brought in, right? And I mean, Cooper Kupp obviously is the best player in the NFL, no doubt about it, right? Best offensive player in the NFL, and then add to that, OBJ, and the other guys there, right? What's his name? Jefferson. That you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to hang with them, and to do that for Cincinnati, it's running the football to open up the long ball or the short ball or the over the middle ball to Jamar. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, from my point of view, the better quarterback right now is Joe Burrow, and I'm not taking anything away from Matthew Stafford. I think it's fantastic what he's doing. He's what I was getting to earlier when you guys were joking about whatever fucking. Kingpin or whatever it was, is that this is LA, and they've loaded the team. They followed the Dodgers, and now the Dodgers are meeting like the 2004 Red Sox. Why not us? Upstart kind of thing here, right? Where the Cincinnati is in the early phases of a full out fucking rebuild. Like they haven't even built out their fucking defense yet, and they're in the Super Bowl.
Well, they haven't even. I mean, they haven't even solidified their offensive line. It's somehow. This is working. I mean, Burrow got sacked 9 times against the fucking. Who did he get? Who the fuck sacked him 9 times? I don't even. What game was that?
Well, Burrow got sacked 9
Titans.
times. But the thing is so who the Cincinnati the Cincinnati Brain Trust took bringing in Jamar Chase is probably if they when they win the Super Bowl on Sunday, they should be lauded for a number of things. But on top of all things, it's that you brought in the kid that fucking Joe Burrow was comfortable with in college, throwing, it's like, fuck it, Jamar's out there somewhere, right? And he throws the ball and he's there. So having an LSU teammate on this team is genius.
I've got a shit ton of props up here, and you're talking about, who's the most important guy in the field. And that kind of dovetails into the MVP odds. And so you're mentioning Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is the 4th most popular pick for MVP at plus 1,200. Cooper Kupp number 3 at plus 550. Joe Burrow plus 165. Matthew Stafford is the favorite at minus 135.
The quarterbacks are always going to be the favorites, right?
Absolutely.
Who's the highest ranked defensive player?
Who can have a
to
lot
win
of
the
sacks?
MVP?
Right.
It's got to be Aaron Donald, right? And where is he at?
Aaron Donald is at plus 1,400. He's right behind Jamar Chase.
I mean,
I like that.
It's pretty sexy.
If he has a bang up game or gets a turnover,
but LA has to win the game. I mean, what was the last? Here's a great Statcast.
But it's possible because Burrow's going to get hit.
When was the last time a losing player won an MVP? Has that ever even happened? Malcolm Butler won an MVP. He never would have even been in the discussion if he didn't make the one play that kept them in the fucking game to win the Super Bowl. So I don't know. I mean, but everybody's, this is going to come down to if, Mixon can open up the run game, open up the field a little bit, T. Higgins available over the middle, converting third downs. And then if, we'll talk about my pick or your pick later, whatever. But, if you can open up the long ball, I mean, that's how you're going to have to track meet against fucking Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford.
You mentioned Burrow getting hit, and I must have jumped past it because there was a good line here on total number of sacks. I think the over-under was 5.5.
Total's 5.5?
I want to say I'll have to find that and I'll come back.
God, I would
total number of sacks just on Burrow.
Take the over, whatever it is.
Take that.
Do we know for a fact if Uzma and Higbee are ready to go? Will both teams have their starting tight ends? I haven't been paying attention to that.
I don't know.
So. I haven't seen why. I have not seen no.
So Uzma also said that he would swim in a pool of Skyline chili if they win the Super Bowl, which of course fully endears us fat guys to
it sounds great.
That team in another way, beyond just sort of the upstart, and I mean Joe Burrow, look, you walk the walk, right? And you could talk like Kermit the Frog, and if you back it up and win Super Bowls, no one cares. And they put you in fucking insurance commercials, right? Joe Burrow is like the anti all of it and doesn't give a fuck, and he's going to go out there and sling the ball around. And if he wins, he will have won a Super Bowl in a year and a half following a devastating knee injury. And crazy. Matthew Stafford's probably pissed off that he's waited for this moment his whole life with his smoke wife and moved to LA and got the whole thing with his little miniature fucking coach. You draw the All-American, blonde kid, tussle his hair favorite.
What was it? The Giants' first or second win over the Patriots that the first Patriots possession resulted in a safety?
I think it was the second one.
Okay, so first score of the game. Any other score is plus 4,000. That's always my favorite one to put $5 on. It's an easy, it almost never happens, but I'll always remember the Giants scoring a safety right out of the gate against, the Big Bad Patriots. That's plus 4,000. That's an easy one there.
Yeah, my favorite, Mr. Soriano, is any field goal off of the uprights. And I think that's plus 800.
If
you like Doink,
I like a Doink.
If there's not, and this one kind of goes against my thinking here, but if there is not 3 unanswered scores, it's plus 160. So they're expecting 3 unanswered scores at some point.
I like that one, actually. I don't think that this game is going to be a little bit of a slinger, I would think.
I don't see anything on the national anthem time.
That usually comes in after they start rehearsing.
I love DraftKings, by the way. I'll explain why later.
When you get into what is categorized here as the off the wall props, a fan favorite always the color of the liquid.
Oh, the Gatorade.
Gatorade, yeah.
Orange is the favorite at plus 150. purple and blue are the long shots at plus 400.
Oh,
Clear water plus 250. I don't remember what last year was, but boy, was I pissed because it was an off. I think it was like fucking. I think it was purple or something like that. This is a good one. Who will the MVP first mention in their speech?
God.
So God is not the favorite. Poor Jesus, the guy got nailed to a cross and he doesn't even get recognition.
He's not even the favorite.
He's not even the favorite.
Wayne Gretzky.
Teammates are the favorite at minus 175. God or Jesus is plus 150. The city.
I can see Cincinnati take the city.
No way.
No,
God.
No, it'll be Jesus.
Fans.
Family is plus 550.
No, they never
the
get
coach is plus 650. This one's a good one, and this ain't gonna happen. Plus 1,800 for the owner. And none of the above is plus 1,300.
Is there a spot? Does the city equal fans, or is that?
I don't know. It says management decision is final. Management. That's what they're calling my bookie nowadays. So
the management would like to speak to you.
Yeah,
Guys,
management. The management would like to discuss your balance.
Hey, dude, it's already the 10th.
Yeah,
you do.
Player to last score a touchdown in the game. Whoever touchdown scorer is, I don't know who the fuck this is. I guess that's anybody else is plus 9,000. Cincinnati Bengal defense is plus 2,700. Ben Skronek.
Scrotum?
Do you know who that is, Jason? You might. It sounds like somebody you might have met during
airline career.
No, I meant like in your youth during like rehearsal for a life-changing event around 12 years old. Plus 6,000. The LA Rams defense plus 2,500. So those are all, some of the off the wall ones. Play to score the first, second half touchdown. Of course, that's has a big effect on the coin toss. Cooper Kupp is plus 500. Nothing really out of range. The LA Rams and Cincinnati Bengals point range. So the Bengals score less than 6 points, it's plus 1,400. Plus 3,300 if the Rams score less than 6 points. If it's a blowout and the Bengals score 36 or more, it's plus 775.
I found the national anthem prop.
So if the Bengals score 36 points or more,
regardless of outcome.
Oh, I like that.
If they score 7 to 13 points, it's plus 450. And then 14 to 20 and 21 to 27, it's plus 195. So I think they're expecting this to be a rather low scoring game. They're expecting them to score about 2 touchdowns, maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, I went back and looked, and I think of the last 5 Super Bowls, one of them went under. And then, one of them, of course, was a miraculous Tom Brady's Jesus comeback. And then you had the flop with the Rams. Well, I mean, for all intents and purposes, right? The Rams were ahead big. Was it the NFC Championship? It was against the 49ers, and the 49ers came all the way back, and they were chipping away.
Yeah.
And then, McVay sitting on the sidelines, like with, fucking headlight eyes, and they just ended up, getting the ball last or whatever it was. And then they threw that long bomb to fucking Kupp, and he was uncovered for some reason. I forget which game that was. Anyway, I don't know. I think this game is going over. I mean, the over-under is prohibitively low.
Yeah.
48.5. Yeah. So do what you must. But, the other thing is this game started at 7.5, right? I think it opened at 7.5 with LA as favored at 7.5, and it's now down to 4. So if you're going to take the Bengals, just take the fucking money line. The numbers are better for you. Parlay it with the over and then throw in a couple of touchdown scores, which is what I've done. So you've got Jamar and Cup, right? Are probably the easiest. I went in the championship weekend. Definitely, there was a prop for a fat guy touchdown. If an offensive lineman scores a touchdown, I think it was given like plus 800 or plus 1200 or something. You figure in those kind of games, you don't go deep into the playbook like a bowl game, but sometimes you're forced to. Don't know, Mr. Suriano. Maybe you could look that up for an offensive lineman touchdown in the Super Bowl. Probably a pretty good payday there for you. Probably good price on that. But I like the doink because if you figure if you're calling the under on this game like Vegas is intending, while the line crashes points for the Bengals because they open too high with a low over under, there's going to be field goals in this game, right? And you got two guys in an indoor stadium who are pretty fucking accurate. But there's a doink in there somewhere for a plus 800 payout.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's gonna if it turns into. We all thought, look, the AFC games turned into track meets. The NFC games didn't really turn into track meets, but they turned into last possessions, right? I mean, we've been gifted with this beautiful season of playoffs and incredible games all the way through from, we could debate the merits of an extended wild card, which we were talking about last time, that you had a shitty wild card weekend or whatever. Does that equate also to expanding the college playoff? I don't know, because you have to separate the wheat from the chaff, right? And then you get to the games where, as a more than casual fan, you want to watch if your team's not involved, right? If your team is involved, you're going to watch no matter what. And it took 4 weeks for people to turn their eyes to the fucking Bengals. Yeah, it's crazy.
Trying to see.
So that's Diamond Dan's call right now. Bengals over. Mixon and Jamar Chase and Cooper Kupp both have touchdowns. Take it, love it.
Jamar Chase. All right, so DraftKings doesn't let you parlay the anytime T score with the game.
You got to go to same game parlay in that shit.
It won't even. I did. Oh no, I'm sorry, I didn't. There we go.
And that's another thing with DraftKings. I took a wager yesterday on Crystal Palace, right back from the international break with the Cup of Nations in Africa over. And I took Crystal Palace over a goal and a half for Crystal Palace. They only scored one, but I had anytime goal scorer for Christian Benteke, who did not. So Crystal Palace drew that game. They didn't score over 1.5 goals, but because Benteke didn't play in the game, they canceled the bet, and I got my money back. Boom! There is justice
really
in the world.
Give you shitty odds for that.
And I mean, we could talk about parlaying Super Bowl with fucking golf and soccer and all this other stuff and curling. I don't even. Can you wager Olympics on DraftKings?
I don't think so. You get the Waste Management Open though. Olympic hockey. You can do Olympic hockey.
Who's leading the Waste Management today in the clubhouse? Anybody?
Good question. Could probably get.
Do we know?
Tell you right now.
Man, the Rockets really fucking suck.
As do the Nets. As do the Knicks.
Yeah. Thigala. He's 7 under.
Figaro.
Little Fagala?
This is why I cannot bring myself to,
Kepka is 2 off, and then a bunch of people I don't know. Like, there's literally nobody other than Brooks Koepka.
You're making my point that you cannot bet golf until the Genesis Open.
Shoffley is 3 off in 7th.
You cannot wager golf until the Genesis Open at Riviera.
Yeah. No, there's nobody up. I don't know what's going to happen here. This is like, who the fuck is Lee and Higgs and Hadwin and Stallings and Hoffman? And
Lee
Warren?
is a Korean, I believe.
Yes.
And Charlie Hoffman, actually
He's
sponsored
not.
by Waste. Charlie Hoffman is sponsored by Waste Management.
Oh, the fix is in.
Charlie Hunt used to have the hair, whatever.
Are you seeing people in waste management are corrupt?
I would never say such a thing. I don't want to lose my fucking kneecaps.
Yeah, I mean, do most of them happen
Probably
to be
the same
Italian?
guy that runs your bookie.
I
don't think
would
the
never
guy-
say a bad thing about my bookie.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either.
Whatever.
Why would you do that? So,
All right.
for the weekend. All right. So I think our picks are very apparent. Dan, you've been pretty open about.
I just said
The Bengals
Bengals
the over.
money line, take the over at 48 and a half.
I'm with
Lock
you.
it up. Throw in Jamar Chase and Cooper Kupp touchdowns. That's a plus 900 bet.
Mr. Soriano.
Thank me when you're on vacation.
Yeah, they 100% Bengals in the over. I don't want to get into the more finer details of who is going to score because I think it's going to be. I really think it's going to be an off-the-wall Super Bowl. So I will
hope
keep
so.
it
You
simple.
need a bet on the length of the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, by the way, that's at. Hold on. I
That's just because I'm a
article.
degenerate.
A book has it on 1 minute and 35 seconds, which is
Over.
apparently
Gotta go.
Who is
Yeah.
who is singing it?
Mickey Guyton,
Who the fuck is that?
country music, which means they're going to go
Oh.
longer.
Very slow.
Wait,
Yep.
hold on, Mickey. What?
Guyton. What
Rudy.
did they play? Hold on.
There is no
Callaway.
way that this person is a country music star. I implore you to.
Are
Google
you
them.
Are you stereotyping?
Have you seen this person?
Oh, hello.
That person is not a country music star.
She's something.
She's not.
It's
you
that
sure?
country. Am I gonna have to play something? Hold on.
No way.
Is there an over/under on the? Are there any halftime show props? Can we talk about halftime show props?
Why is this not
Eh.
playing?
Eminem is going to talk about Detroit.
Or
Over.
I was going to say the number of
Bleeps.
leads. I mean,
Over.
whatever it is, take the over.
Will Eminem say something political?
I can't wait for the halftime show. I really can't.
Jason, I know you're
What?
on your phone, but you realize that's what we're talking
I
about.
know. I'm trying to look up Mickey
We're actually
Guyton's.
discussing the halftime show.
Oh, they have Mickey Guyton performs the national anthem, and I wonder how long it was. Like 8 months ago.
Whatever.
This is country.
Well,
This is
it's
definitely
already over a minute and a half.
This is definitely country. This is country, guys.
All right. It hasn't even started.
No, this is not the national anthem. This is just a song.
It doesn't matter. She hasn't even said a word. There's like 150 words.
My
in
point,
the
no.
national
I'm
anthem.
just trying to prove a point that Mr. Soriano said she's not country.
I
Can we
Listen.
talk about the fucking wager instead? Jesus Christ. Our 7 viewers don't want to hear about whether or not you think it's country or not.
listen. You're definitely going for the over on a number of viewers we have. It's one place you want to bet the under.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up.
Are we gonna like Skyline Chili, Dan? What do you think? It's very aggressive.
Are you
It's
going
not
to put
like?
it on fucking spaghetti?
No.
Good.
I think you have to.
But
would
Skyline
Fritos
chili
like God
is
intended.
it's Greek, cinnamony, that kind of shit. I'll be smoking a shoulder at the same time, so I'll probably just revert to that, which I will be injecting with the juice of the pineapple.
Perfect.
Nice.
Perfect. I'm excited for that. What are you making over there? Anything?
I haven't decided yet. I don't know. I keep getting these targeted ads. I saw one today for something that looked completely grotesque. It was for hot dog burnt ends.
You would make that.
No, I don't think I could.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I could. But I don't know. I mean, who the fuck knows? I'll talk to Mrs. Soriano and see what she feels like. But ultimately, I just want to fucking watch the game and get drunk.
Sounds like
It
a
might
plan to me.
it might just be you know what? I might make like 2-3 foot Italian heroes.
Maybe throw some Franks in a blanket in there.
No,
It's always a good idea.
No.
Not all the heroes, but that's an appetizer.
Yeah.
I need some appetite. We're gonna have the Skyline chili with the cheese and the mustard and all that.
Sausage bread.
Sausage bread. We need like a daytime
Here we do.
pregame golf snack.
Does your supermarket make the pre-made pizza dough like at the bakery where you can get it where it's not frozen?
Yes.
Okay. I don't want to give like all the regular, like the general public.
There's nobody watching right now.
Yeah, no, we'll keep it in.
Really? There's nobody watching?
I see a 0.
I'll give you,
We're just having, basically this is a phone call.
Time and Dan gets all the Soriano family secrets. So
Oh, bring it on. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I've got it down. Sausage bread. It's happening. Let's go.
yeah, he's an
What
honorary.
are you dipping it?
You can make like,
Marinara.
I've given you my like quick tomato sauce recipes, but you basically take hot Italian sausage, break it out of the casing, fry it till it's brown, right? With some minced onion. And
Could
then
you do it with sweet sausage too?
you could do it with sweet, it's whatever your preference is, but Italian sausage.
I mean, I like hot, but the kids.
Yeah, no, totally. And some minced onions, sweet onions, right? And then sharp or mild provolone. Lay out the pizza dough flat.
Mhm.
Okay. Your brown sausage, generous amounts of provolone. Roll it up like a big stromboli. Okay.
Mhm.
Make sure it's sealed, folded under. Egg wash, 350 oven till it's nice and golden brown.
So that is a stromboli.
It's like a stromboli, yeah.
Without the gabagool and all the other stuff.
Yeah, it's a type of stromboli.
Yeah.
But you want to
All right,
like
I'm in.
roll it. You want to roll it, right?
Sounds ridiculous.
So you've got like kind of almost like a pinwheel. Very good. And
That
it's nice
sounds good.
because even if it cools and the provolone cools with it, it's still good when it's like a little cold.
Oh, that sounds phenomenal.
That's like one of my go-to Super Bowls.
Dan, if you want me to bring the ingredients for it, I can get it on the way.
Great.
That's one of my go-to Super Bowl things.
That sounds good.
So you got to take the sausage out of the casing. So.
Yeah,
Or you can buy it. You can often find it already.
Yeah, a lot of
try to find it.
a lot of supermarkets have Italian sausage without the casing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds like a plan. I know where.
Mush, don't get any chorizo or any of your fucking weirdo.
No. We're gonna do this right.
Yeah.
I got a arrabbiata in the fucking fridge.
It's just one. One thing I'm thinking. One thing.
You could easily, if you get the pizza dough, usually can make 2 breads.
Yeah. Thank you.
So
Let's go.
Sounds good.
now I'm gonna make one because now I'm tasting it. So.
See?
I still gotta get my shoulder though. I was trying to get it yesterday.
Where are you going? Are you gonna go to like Costco for it or BJ?
Fucking A, Costco, because now that we have the freezer,
why wouldn't
we have
you?
the extra freezer, so I can. They come in. Which last time I did the shoulder for the Derby or whatever, I didn't realize. There's 2 in the package.
Yes, I remember that.
Oh shit!
That problem before.
I was like, oh, I guess I'll do both.
Well, yeah, why not?
But now
It's just no one else besides what's his face, right? Coming.
Well, one of our and one of our attendees is a vegetarian, so
That's right. Yeah, take care of her.
we'll do portobellos. We'll smoke those too. The same with the cherry and the pecan, and the apple, and then just throw some cheese on that thing and get it out.
There you go. Good.
I mean, a good porto is like a steak anyway. So
You can put that on a bun.
That's what they say.
Whatever.
Just like a steak.
Just like
like a steak.
Just like
It's
a
just
steak.
wagyu. I'll get the Japanese one. I'll get the Chinese one that's like kind of like it, but not really. I got it on Wish. Anyway, take the bagels and the fucking over.
The Bengals.
I would just like to say between the 3 of us, for what it's worth, what we said last year absolutely fucking hit. We hit the Super Bowl last year on the fucking money.
Did we?
Yep.
I fucked it. No, I fucked it
and-
because I picked. What did I do? I did the over, but it didn't.
Right, but we took.
I thought I picked the Chiefs.
The alternate spread worked for me last
No,
year.
that was the thing. We took Tampa and then we teased out like 8 points. We could have
It still hit.
18.
I know.
So we hit that, but
I think you guys picked it, but I was picking KC because I'll never bet on Brady.
Oh, you never betting. You never.
Come
should bet
on,
against
man. That
Brady.
was a wait till
I
he's
saw
playing
an
for the Giants
article.
next
No,
year.
I saw an article today that he's trying to force himself to the Niners.
Right.
What the
He
fuck?
just I'm telling you, Jimmy Garoppolo must have fucked Bridget Moynihan or something because he is pissed.
Something's
He really
up,
has
man.
to get back at him.
Something's up, and I don't think Brady's done by a long shot. I wouldn't be shocked if he doesn't even miss a season at this point.
But the thing is like retirements and returns don't work very well.
This is not a normal person.
Jordan won 3 after he came back.
Yeah,
That's true.
This
but
is not
Brett
a
Favre
Jordan-
did not.
but Brady is on that. Is on a higher level than Jordan. Like, it's a whole other world, right? The Niners are good. The Niners are damn good, right?
I think
They're
Jordan.
not good. I don't think they're that good.
They are. Oh, what?
They have Debo. Let Debo do everything.
Brady
If
and
you have-
Debo, and they have a defense.
Debo
Oh.
and a slot receiver with Kittle. With Brady.
Gronk will go to San Fran.
But
Kittle,
that
Gronk,
doesn't.
Kittle, Gronk.
He
tight
can't
end.
go.
Challenge.
So what do? Do you move Kittle to the fucking
I
slot?
don't know. Yeah, Gronk won't work there. They'll fucking. You give
Fuck.
no.
Fuck that goddamn mouth breathing cage.
Garoppolo
man.
had time. He had good protection to do a lot of shit he shouldn't be doing. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. I still Vegas was my initial pick, but we'll see.
Vegas for what?
For Brady. Because
What?
McDaniel's McDaniel's there now. I just saw that was what called me out right away. I was like, he's going to Vegas.
No, I don't think that's happening.
After like 1 year, but now I don't even know if he's missing a year.
No way McDaniel ties himself to Brady again.
No way McDaniel lasts more than a half season.
Well, look, Joe Judge is already back.
They all go home to daddy. They all fucking go home to daddy.
Yeah, but Oakland's not going to push him out after 6
Oakland. Who
months.
the fuck's Oakland?
You know what I mean, Vegas.
Well, here's the thing, right? Is that after
He's going to push himself out. He's going to
Denver
quit.
debacle-
He's going to walk away.
After the
He
Denver
does.
debacle, McDaniel was like, I'm going to hold out for an elite job
right.
now. I'm going to get more seasoning and
This is an elite.
blah, 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 blah. And now they see, like, he's walking away from Mac Jones, who could be a superstar. Who
Right,
knows?
it's weird.
Right? They made the playoffs in his first year as a rookie. And he was like, like it or not, the Giants are still an elite job. Right.
Right.
The Steelers, elite job.
Right.
Who else?
Cowboys.
The Bears, the Cowboys, whatever. Right. And taking a job in Vegas after that fucking debacle.
Weird. It's weird.
It's
Why-
not an elite job.
Is he
Sorry.
just? I thought he would just wait until Bill died and stay there.
But if Bill walks away, they're not going to hire from within. You can guarantee that they're going to go find a head coach and bring somebody else in. They're going to bring in someone like Mike Vrabel. They're going to bring in somebody like Mike McCarthy, right? I mean, I would see Vrabel.
You know who they're not bringing in?
Josh McDaniel,
Brian
Joe
Flores.
Judge. Who?
Brian Flores.
We don't need to get into that.
Nobody's watching.
Another dead cat bounce. Yeah, well, this is still on the internet.
I guess it's saved forever.
All right.
Gentlemen, Dan, I'll see you Sunday.
Enjoy the game.
I'll see you.
Sure, we'll be talking.
Later.
See you, boys.
Bye.